Here you can see him walking out of the side of TGK using his t-shirt to cover his head, surrounded by correctional officers and what is presumed to be his manager. Now, although we asked him questions about these allegations, he did not say anything.
A little shaked up, far as, you know what I mean, I just wanted to clear my name, but other than that, I'm fully focused on the main court.
Boxing superstar Gervonta Davis has been arrested again, this time for alleged domestic violence, leaving his fans and the sports world in shock. In a surprising move, he broke his silence with an emotional apology, revealing his struggles with anger control and even considering quitting boxing.
Hey, jump there. That's the nigga that just fought, gorilla.
Terrence Crawford, a fellow boxer, has weighed in on the recent arrest of Gervonta Davis, sharing his thoughts on the situation and its implications for the boxing world. Crawford's comments have sparked a heated debate among fans and pundits alike.
Today, unfortunately, Gervonta Davis getting some trouble. What advice would you have for someone like Tank Davis?
I don't know what's going on with him and his personal life. You know, that's on him. You know, I'm mind the business that pays me. That's my business.
The recent arrest of Gervonta Davis for domestic violence marks the latest in a string of controversies that have plagued the boxing superstar's career. As the details of the incident emerge, fans and critics are left wondering if this is the end of Tank's reign in the boxing world.
If you punch that woman in the face, you got nothing to say.
You have anything to say to that woman?
A heated exchange between Gervonta Davis and a reporter has gone viral, with the boxer being asked directly if he punched a woman in the face. Davis's response has left many stunned, as he admitted to struggling with anger control and considering quitting boxing.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me where so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry. You know what I mean? Because I have two daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
In a shocking turn of events, Gervonta Davis has apologized for his actions, revealing a more vulnerable side to his personality. The boxing superstar's admission of struggling with anger control has sparked a mix of emotions among fans, with some expressing sympathy and others demanding accountability.
I think the articles are saying like hours ago, Gervonta Davis was arrested. The accusations or the reports are that a female that he was with, he went to a house or something. Supposedly this happened at a residence that he did not live at, and supposedly this woman was hit in the face. Everybody's gonna hear boxer and think that he punched her in the face. You know what I'm saying? Remember when Mike Tyson, like everybody was saying, like his hands got to be classified as a deadly weapon and all that type of shit. Like he should never be able to hit somebody outside.
Gervonta Davis's recent arrest is not an isolated incident, but rather the latest in a long line of controversies that have marred his career. From viral videos of him engaging in violent behavior to previous domestic violence arrests, Tank's history is marked by a pattern of recklessness and violence.
Hey, the little one inside.
You don't gotta ask a lot.
Well, we need to make sure she's with somebody.
She's okay, she's with somebody.
Okay, listen, I get that you're upset, but we can't just say...
A disturbing video from 2020 shows Gervonta Davis grabbing his ex-girlfriend by the throat in public, sparking widespread outrage and concern for his behavior. The incident marked one of the earliest signs of Tank's troubled past. In 2022, Gervonta Davis was arrested for domestic violence, with the incident leading to a highly publicized denial and backlash from fans. Despite his claims of innocence, the damage to his reputation had already been done.
Davis, what's your reaction to the sentence? What's your reaction to the sentence? Can we get your reaction to the sentence?
We don't have any comment.
No comment.
Well, can you give us your reaction to the sentence the judge just handed down?
Well, we're not exactly satisfied with a sentence of 90 days home detention.
Just after winning a major fight in 2023, Gervonta Davis was involved in a hit-and-run incident that left 4 people injured, including a pregnant woman. The shocking incident raised further questions about Tank's judgment and behavior outside of the ring.
Gervonta Davis was arrested for domestic violence. He's the champion in your division. What do you think about what's your reaction to that?
I don't know about that. You know, I don't know Tank personally, and I really got nothing to say. You know, I just wish him the best. You know, everything inside the ring, outside the ring.
As Gervonta Tank Davis faces the consequences of his actions, his legacy and reputation continue to suffer. With more mugshots than press conferences, Tank's career is increasingly defined by his controversies rather than his accomplishments in the ring.
Tank Davis, you know, he got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
You did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
You know, I mean, hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, just get your that's it, you know, basically. Just shit, you don't hit women, man. Yeah!
Conor Benn, a fellow boxer, has slammed Gervonta Tank Davis for his behavior, holding nothing back in his criticism. Benn's comments reflect the growing frustration and disappointment among fans and peers alike.
For Lamont, it was like he was there, but he wasn't like there for real. Like when you watch all his other fights, you can see like his eyes just look different. When he walked into the ring with Lamont, it was just like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, because you heard in the press conferences he was just saying he was just real irritated. He didn't really seem like
it just felt like I think he just trained just to get by. I think he trained to just do 12 rounds. You know what I mean? The Tink that I know, the kid that you punch him in the face, he go crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if I'm down on the scorecard, I'm gonna go out and go get it. I didn't see it that fight, and I understand it too. When us as fighters, when you get to a certain point in life, sometimes you don't want to do it.
A pivotal moment in Gervonta Tank Davis's career came in his fight against Lamont Roach, which exposed weaknesses in Tank's technique and raised questions about his dominance in the ring. The close match and disputed decision marked a turning point in Tank's reputation.
Tank did that, so I know his got in his eye, but they should have countered it. They would have countered it, it would have went to Lamont Roach. What I didn't like about Tank, he was gassing up Lamont Roach way too much, and he was already talking about like retiring.
He was a little distracted.
That wasn't the same Gervonta Davis we're really used to seeing.
It just lets you know how corrupt like these governing bodies are, bro. If that dude took a knee, not only did he take a knee, he said, hold on real quick. Let me get this out of my eye. How is that not a point? Like,
funny thing, bro, that's why I cut my braids off. I had braids, and I had the same thing. I went through the same when I fought Andre. That burning my eyes, so I cut that.
The aftermath of the Lamont Roach fight saw Gervonta Tank Davis's reputation take a significant hit, with many fans and pundits questioning his skills and dedication to the sport. The controversy surrounding the match continues to simmer.
Honestly, I thought I should have won without that being counted a knockdown. Look, I ain't the ref. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had to wipe sweat out his eye, he had to wipe sweat out his eye. But the rules do state, if you voluntarily take a knee, then that's automatic again. But it is what it is. I wasn't relying on that. I was relying on what I was doing in there. I think I was taking control. I think I was landing more shots. I think I was landing more power shots. And I thought I was doing my thing. So I'm not really that frustrated about that. But if that was kind of a knockdown, I will win the majority.
Rumors of a potential fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Jake have sparked debate among fans, with some seeing it as a desperation move by Tank to revive his career. Others view it as an opportunity for Tank to prove himself against a new opponent.
You got your eye on Tank. What do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake fight?
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he chooses that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. He called cap on it. So if you gonna call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it.
Critics have labeled the potential Jake fight as a cash-out and a sign of Gervonta Tank Davis's declining career. The move is seen as a way for Tank to avoid facing more challenging opponents and to instead take an easier payday.
Tank was looking past Roach, and he wanted that Jake Paul fight, which I think Jake Paul would have beaten. Jake is way too big. Tank is 5'5", 135, soaking wet. Y'all think Tank is too small for 140. He ain't beating no heavyweight. I'm not joking. I don't think he would have hurt Jake. He would have to jump up to reach. I don't think he would have hurt. I tell you this, it would have gone the distance, and people would have been laughing their asses off, and it wouldn't have been good for Tank's brand. I tell you that. That fight would have went the distance. Soon as 5'5" Tank is looking at a 6'2", 6'3" Jake Paul, y'all would be like, hold, wait a second. And Jake Paul be on spread out paws with that arm out and stepping back, and bro, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. But that's cap, fine. We'll never get to fight anyway. So we'll never know.
As the dust settles on the latest controversy surrounding Gervonta Tank Davis, fans and critics are left to ponder the future of the boxing superstar. With his reputation in tatters and his career at a crossroads, Tank must confront the consequences of his actions and decide whether to continue down a path of destruction or seek redemption.